Youth justice is a serious issue for our community, our wallets, and for young people's future. A lot has been tried to combat these problems, but the statistics prove that what we're doing just isn't working. The system is broken. So in 2014, the Youth Partnership Project brought people together, from young people and youth workers to our government and community leaders.
All of us had been working in youth organisations, and we could very quickly start to predict which kids were going to end up in the justice system. We're talking about 7, 8-year-olds. And so we collectively decided that if we can predict the negative future outcomes for these young people, surely we can prevent it and provide a more positive future for them.
Our model is innovative because it focuses on collaboration, and there's so many services in Armidale, but the collaboration, the coordination of those is what makes the YPP special.
It truly is an innovative project in that what it has is it's got the strategic levers of government and non-government that have been pulled, but it has the operational levers that really wrap around the family and are guided and directed by the family.
We developed a shared vision and a better way forward. We've tested the idea and applied it locally. Now we have a better solution to prevent youth crime in WA.
The idea was that if we work better together, then we'll actually get better outcomes for young people. And not only that, rather than being a passive service system where we're waiting for referrals for at-risk young people, we wanted to be proactive in actually identifying who those young people are from an early age and actually provide the right supports to them early on rather than waiting until it was too far gone when they were down in the justice system.
What I did notice really quickly was the impact it had, especially around the youth and their immediate family, and the assistance we could provide to the children, but also the family around getting their education back on track, sorting out any behaviours and assisting with some behavioural things moving forward, which has the positive impact on the family but also the community.
The YPP's early intervention model changes the story of youth justice by helping existing services work better together, making sure the right young people get the right support at the right time. This is how it works. We've developed a tool to identify the most at-risk young people early by sharing data between police, the Department of Education and the Department of Communities. Then we can approach these young people and families to invite them to take part.
One of the most exciting things around this piece of work is that we are selecting children and families to work in the YPP through a research-based matrix to really use an evidence base and a local knowledge to select children that are most likely to offend if no intervention is supported with the family.
The first step is to get to know the young people and their families. Youth workers are key to this, and we focus on relationships through fun activities from the beginning.
With these young people who've been through a lot of stuff, you need to build that trust and those relationships so that you can kind of move forward and help them as much as you can. Because you're not going to help someone who doesn't really trust you or doesn't really want to be helped by you because they don't know you.
We start working with the young people through the intensive engagement program. So 3 weeks in January, we run a really full-on holiday program. There's things like indoor skydiving, wakeboarding, education as well. And we do that to push the boundaries of the young people so that they can take safe risks and have shared experiences with the youth workers that work in the YPP.
Everyone has a part to play to change the story for our young people, because we know youth justice is a shared problem and needs a shared solution. Our coordinated approach can help overcome any issues that come up along the way.
Really what makes the difference, and what I have seen to be true in making the difference in the Youth Partnership Project, is us collectively working together. We have education and police and child protection and your family support workers collectively working together, because young people's lives aren't cut up into 6 different pieces.
Partnering with government agencies like the Department of Child Protection and the Department of Education means that when we hit roadblocks for these young people and we couldn't normally get around those, we're able to call on people from those organisations to help us shift things for the better for the young people, because they understand that this is what's needed to support that young person.
We provide intensive support to access services that can help young people and their families strengthen the factors that protect them from offending behaviour. Once the right support networks are in place and everyone is feeling confident, then the YPP team can take a step back. Throughout this transition, We're there if we're needed, but it's time for young people, their families and local services to take the lead in changing their story.
Ultimately, I think the end goal for these young people and their families is to be able to live in a really positive and supported way in their community, knowing where to access services when they need it. And for the young people, I hope that they're able to go through school, succeed in whatever they choose and have a really wholesome life where they contribute back to the community.
Behind the scenes, the YPP's early intervention model also enables the essential system coordination, which makes this collaborative approach work.
The synergy between organisations is utterly crucial, and it is actually the thing that sets the YPP apart from everything. You've got a collection of local, place-based, senior government and non-government people and all the people within their organisations committing both their time and their resources in a really tangible way to make a difference.
The backbone for a collective impact project like the Youth Partnership Project helps us stitch it all together. We know we have to have great services. We often do have great services, but they're not communicating, so it helps us do that. Importantly, understanding the effort that goes into behind the scenes, the stuff that not everyone sees. The Youth Partnership Project has had that, and it's been a fundamental success factor.
For me, the actual service system and how it's operating to support young people has significantly moved. When we started there back in 2010, there was a lot of competition between the different community services organisations and a lack of communication between government and non-government and the private sector. What the Youth Partnership Project was able to do is actually bring everyone together.
We've developed a better solution and know it works because we've seen great results, from better school attendance and increased literacy to improved coping strategies and positive community engagement. Compared to the high costs of young people's engagement with the justice system, especially when most are charged for multiple offences, the YPP is a much smarter investment, providing intensive support to a young person and their family for $48,000 a year. Now we're ready to start changing the youth service system.
The YPP has been central in dragging government and non-government organisations to a common table to be able to have really clear discussions at a local systems level and at an individual level. Things like the district leadership group, things like bilateral meetings between government and non-government organisations have all stemmed through relationships that have been created through the YPP.
I think the great thing about YPP at the moment is that we now have something that we can move to other environments or other communities. And the positive is the effect that it's had, and the YPP in Armidale can now show the results in relation to the positive approach it has.
You've got to start somewhere. You've got to go to where the motivation is. A project that brings together all the important agencies in a local region to tackle an important issue has been really coalescing for our community. It's led the way and it's just been a wonderful thing, so get behind it.
By bringing the Youth Partnership Project's early intervention model to communities throughout WA, we can prevent youth offending. We believe that we can change the story. Do you?